This is starting to, do you have a name for this program yet?
It keeps shifting. Story mastery for selling.
No, I like the Hollywood thing, man. I'm digging the Hollywood angle. I'm thinking you should go all in on Hollywood. Like what if I told you that Hollywood knows something about selling that you don't? Like that's like a good way to like kick off an ad, like the Hollywood selling formula or the Hollywood selling system or something like that. Or the Hollywood storytelling system. Or the I don't know. I'd have to think about this for a minute, but basically, if I can make entrepreneurs believe that the fastest way to increase their company's sales is by using storytelling that sells, and the only way to do that is with my Hollywood storytelling system, then all objections become irrelevant. They must invest. So what you're doing here is you're making them believe the best way to sell is to do it through stories. And the best way to do that is through the Hollywood storytelling method. The same thing that Hollywood uses to sell. Then that's how they're going to get what they want. That's the idea, right? So if I can make entrepreneurs believe that the fastest way to increase sales for their company is by using storytelling for sales, or is by using Hollywood's storytelling. See, I've got it. It's a tongue twister. The words are basically, I'm trying to say if I can help, or if I can make entrepreneurs believe the fastest way to increase their sales is through using the same techniques Hollywood uses in their storytelling. That's what I'm trying to say. It's just really wordy saying it like that.
I've been trying to squeeze Hollywood into things for a long time, and it really is tough.
This is more of a semantic and grammar issue, not so much a marketing issue. I would say, see, I'm better when I type things out. If I can make entrepreneurs believe that the fastest way to increase their company's sales is by using the same sales-based storytelling formula that Hollywood uses, and the only way to do that is through my Hollywood selling system, or whatever you call your product, then all objections become irrelevant and they must invest. What you're saying is that if you can tap into the same thing, the same system, the same format that Hollywood has been using for years to sell movies, right? Mm-hmm. Like think about this for a second. How much does a movie make? A movie makes hundreds of millions, billions of dollars. Okay. Look at Marvel. Almost every one of their movies makes $1 billion. Why? Why does Hollywood make so much money? It's because they know how to create a story that sells. Simple. Imagine if you could tap into that same power and use that same system to sell your products and services. You see, what I just came up with was based off of that big domino statement. Remember, you're never going to share the big domino statement with your audience. That is your internal roadmap. So it really doesn't need to be super grammatically correct. It just needs to make you understand the concept. So whenever you go and do an ad, or an email or whatever, that you have to stick to that concept, right? That's what the big domino statement is for. So you don't have to get super crazy on the on the grammar and the semantics. It's just so that you understand that you first must make them believe that the best way to sell is through the Hollywood storytelling system, or through storytelling, the same storytelling that Hollywood uses for great stories. And then the only way to do that is your Hollywood storytelling system. And you have the great backstory, because that's what you do. You consult Hollywood on their storytelling. Well, who better to learn how to tell Hollywood style stories than from the guy that people hire, such as Julia Roberts and Will Smith, to help them create said stories. I mean, it's perfect. It all fits nice and neat. You could also adjust it to, if I can make entrepreneurs believe that the best way to create stories that sell is to use Hollywood, billion-dollar Hollywood tactics, and the only way to do that is my Hollywood selling system, then all objections. You notice how both big dominoes, they take the elements and they put them in a different order, but they essentially are the same thing. The only difference between the two is one was approaching people that just want to sell more, And then you convince them that storytelling is the way, but not just any storytelling, Hollywood storytelling. And in order to do that, they buy your product. The second one was for people that already want to learn storytelling for sales. So it was just a little closer level of positioning, but it means the same thing. You get what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Yeah. So what's important here, and guys, everybody should listen to this, is not what the big domino statement necessarily says. It's what it means. Notice those were two completely different big domino statements because they were for different audiences, but they're the same thing, right? So you could sell this to somebody who just wants to increase sales. You convince them that storytelling is the way to go, especially Hollywood style storytelling, versus somebody who already knows that stories sell, but you convince them that the Hollywood style is better. It's the same thing, same product, same marketing, same everything. It's just slightly different depending on who you're talking to. So that's good. I like that. Roadblock statement. The truth is you don't need to be somebody special or even captivating storyteller to get prospects to hire you to purchase your offer. You just need to find and deliver the story that has essential elements of a Hollywood blockbuster. Ooh. Okay, here we go. The truth is you don't need a captivating backstory to create a great story-based sales presentation. Or actually, hold on. See, there's multiple roadblock statements. So this directly attacks whatever it is you're talking about at the moment. So if they're talking about something more wider, like I don't know how to make my webinar sales, then you would say the truth is you don't need to be salesy on your webinar. You just need to create a captivating story that has the essential elements of a Hollywood blockbuster, and your prospects will buy without you being pitchy or something like that. But you know, because roadblock statements are meant to attack multiple things that your audience is struggling with, and simply say, you don't need this because there is this. For instance, if they're talking about storytelling, you could be like, the truth is you don't need what's the opposite of boring?
Fascinating.
The truth is your life or your story doesn't have to be super interesting to make sales. You simply have to present it in the same format, or you simply have to present it in a way that makes people understand that they need to buy what you're selling. See, this is really depending on. Are you finding that more people are? Hold on, let me go up to the top of this here. Are you already using storytelling for your business? Okay, so based on this, I think we should talk to people who are already into storytelling or they're trying. So based on that, I would say the truth is you don't need an interesting life to make a great story that sells. You just need to use the right order of events to bring the prospect to the conclusion that they must buy, something like that, right? But again, roadblock statements are just used to inspire you for like one-liners and ways to sort of like open up ads, open up emails. So there's infinite amount of roadblock statements. It's hard for me to come up with a roadblock statement for you because this is more the nitty-gritty of your business and your method. So you got to know more about what's going on. Like you could go super detailed on this, right? Like you could say, the truth is you don't need to be an interesting person for people to relate to you. You simply have to tell one story that they can relate to. So it's not about you, it's about the story. Take the pressure off you to be the hero. Just tell one good story. There's infinite ways that you could use the roadblock statement. You get me?
Yeah, absolutely.
But see, that the issue here is we don't have a huge roadblock here because from what it seems like, based on this research, they're not actively running into roadblocks. They're sitting in their car and they haven't hit the gas yet, which is good because now it kind of makes it wide open. But I like it. The Hollywood, yeah, I would say the Hollywood thing is super awesome. I'd go with that, and I would yeah. I like the Hollywood story selling system. The only thing, story selling system. Ooh, I like that. Ethan came up with that. Hollywood story selling system. Oh, I like that. What do you think?
Yeah.
Yeah, instead of the Hollywood storytelling system, because you're right. The Hollywood story selling system. So the Hollywood. Damn it. The Hollywood storytelling system does sound like you may be selling to people who write screenplays, but the Hollywood story selling system sounds amazing. So here's the ultimate end of the line here. You're going to make them believe that in order to create stories that sell, they need to follow the same principles that Hollywood does. And in order to do that, they need to use your Hollywood story selling system. Boom, there you go. There's like a little condensed big domino. But that's it. That's your business in a box.
Yeah, that's great. And
Yeah.
Julia discovered the domains available too.
Well, you better go buy it before somebody decides to be a smart guy. But yeah, I would go grab that, and I would say just move on to the next phase. Then create your irresistible resource, and well, you don't really necessarily need it because you do have you already have a list and all that. You did do the survey. At this point, I would probably do. Dan, do you have any of this made, or are you going to sit down and make it?
I'm not sure what. Do I have any of what?
You don't have any. Are you repurposing any of your old content, or are you going to make this from scratch?
Well, as far as product, no, I'm going to make it from scratch. But I know what I'm going to say. I mean, I've been using it for a long time. Not
All
sure.
right.
You mean, do I have old videos that I'm going to plug in the product? No.
All right. So you know what I would do? I'd go to week 3 and I'd do a beta. I don't know if you want to mess around with a Facebook group and all that. You already have an email list. I would definitely just go right to beta, email your list and do a beta. Do it simple on a whiteboard, sell it, do the coaching, and then create the product, and then do an actual live launch. So your next step is to do a beta, a whiteboard webinar.
Okay. Can I squeeze in one very short question since you brought that up? Because I just finished too, or I'm almost done with week 2. And that is, when it comes to a beta, do you limit the enrollment? Do you just let 30 people in so you can have a lot of Q&A, or is it wide open so you can get as many people as you want?
Well, most people that do a beta don't have huge audiences, so that's not a question that they really have or a problem that they deal with. How many people are on your email list?
In the business arena, I think it went to, I want to say about 4,500.
Yeah, I wouldn't put a limit on it. Sell as many as you can. The more feedback you get, the better. Now, if I did that with a list of 300,000, I'd be screwed. there'd be like 500 people on the call. So, no, I wouldn't limit it. I would just go for it. And then let me know how much money you made.
Yeah, I'll get back to you. Don't worry. I'll be back. Thanks a lot. That was all amazingly helpful. So thank you.
Cool. Awesome.
Cool.